Everybody get your roll on. What? Everybody get your roll on. Another T-shirt po' boy special today. Twerk here. You know how it goes. Yes, indeed. We got a fantastic show planned today.
Okay, 2 minutes.
What up, Miss Roy? How you doing? Thanks for hanging out. Instagram's rolling. We got people on Periscope. What's up? Facebook rocking and rolling. A little Mortgage Gumbo TV. Oh, you got it, Rochelle. Thank you for trusting me. I appreciate that. I'm excited. She got her house she's been looking for. Patience pays off.
30.
Broadcasting to the Gumbo Nation for over 6 years, providing education and options to listeners throughout the Gulf Coast and across the nation. Mortgage Gumbo is brought to you live weekly by the Total Home Authority, Team Title, Tito's Handmade Vodka, TWFG Biden Cough Insurance Group, The Fence King, B&U Plumbing, Mosquito Joe, and 360 Home Inspections. Mortgage Gumbo is the leading authority for all things home-related. So let's spice up that bowl of mortgage awareness with the man who is high in mortgage knowledge, yet height and hair challenged. The man who only knows how to put the client first. The true definition of a face for radio. The leader of the Gumbo Nation, Dwayne Stein.
What's cooking, Gumbo Nation? You're listening to Mortgage Gumbo with Dwayne Stein right here on iHeartRadio. And I'm your host, Dwayne Stein, the Gulf South Mortgage Authority. Hey, if you want to join the show, 504-260-0995, or you can shoot an email to info@mortgagegumbo.com. mortgagegumbo.com. If you're scared to get on air, we understand. Welcome to what will be the greatest show ever on Mortgage Gumbo. Until next week. Hey, on the show today, you've stumbled upon the home show. 6.5 years of providing education and options. Well, today, hey, we answer some of those burning questions that you have when it comes to when should I start the approval process? How much down payment do I need? Can I get turned down? We're going to cover that in detail today. Plus our weekly segment, Rate Watch, and some numbers are starting to come in from 2020. So we're going to share that with you. So I'll give you a little something to think about right now. What percentage of renters do you think went into 2021 owing back rent to their landlord? What percentage? It's a staggering number. So we're going to talk about that. But first, I am super excited to welcome and expand the Gumbo Nation. Welcome aboard News Talk WJBO 1150 AM. Simulcasting on 98.7 Baton Rouge, Louisiana. So excited to be opening up in a new market, and I can tell you, Baton Rouge, and I'll go over, a little bit about the show as you're kind of getting into this, but, ever since you, my, listeners who's been listening for 6.5 years, ever since we did the Gumbo Nation Gives, I mean, the feedback from our neighbors out west and the thanks to just as much as everything that was going on. And as you all know, I'm big into the community. I'm big in giving back. And because of all the COVID stuff, wasn't able this year to be able to do some of the events I do with the Help a Hound and the Toys for Tots. So when Lake Charles got hammered not once but twice, we did this Gumbo Nation Gives. And so for y'all who don't know, we put together and we collected items and we loaded up a truckload of items that we brought over to the folks in Lake Charles. We partnered up with a local church there, and we were able to, really just put something together and just deliver these items. Yes, people are still out there that are still not kind of homeless from this event. And all they kept saying is, man, we need something like this out here. So, I got with iHeart, I got with, Beth Dockhand, Tori Cole, the greats who help, me with Mortgage Gumbo, and we started, and it takes a while to do this stuff with radio, and I'm excited because here we now are, and the goal was to try to get this done in the beginning of 2021, and here we are, and so now you will have a weekly live show that is going to, I could tell you what you're getting, Baton Rouge and surrounding areas. You're getting 6.5 years of radio show, but you're getting more than 25 years of just absolute mortgage knowledge that I'm going to bring to the table. It's been one of the top most listened to home shows here in the Gulf South, so that's why I'm excited to expand to you. And what you can come to expect is this. Transparency. I call it like I see it, right? Knowledge. The whole basis of Mortgage Gumbo is 2 words, and that's education and options. We want you to know what's available to you, and we want you to know the options that you can choose once you know what's available to you. Because we feel like an educated homeowner or educated future homeowner Let's help them make the right decisions. You know, you're going to get, as I stated, the facts. You know, we cover things all the time called the headlines. There's one today. I mean, that's just absolutely silly. But you're going to get the facts as I see them, right? It's my show, so it's as I see the facts. It's a little unconventional. I bring it. It's a little bit of education and options, Cajun style, which, hey, that's why the show's so popular. We enjoy that here, right? Just speak facts. So like I said, you're going to get facts, my opinion. But know this, always going to be looking out for you. Unlike some of these online lenders, I could go on and on. I'm thinking about doing a show weekly about just the BS that I deal with on a weekly basis of the fibs, the lies. In Baton Rouge, you'll learn what a schmuckatelli is. A schmuckatelli could be a lender. It could be a person. But most of all, most importantly, we try to keep you from being a schmuckatelli or getting schmuckatellied. It's an action. It's a verb. It's a noun. And I love when people call me and go, hey, I want to make sure I don't get schmuckatellied. So know this, we're going to be looking out for you. I've got a team that works for me that puts you first. And then like everybody out there, everybody has to know a guy, right? Oh, I know a guy. It feels good to know a guy or a girl. Oh, I know somebody. Well, you know what? That's who I want to be for you. And that's why we have what we call the Total Home Authority as well. Because we know things happen with your home. Hey, windows, roof repairs, electrical, AC, title issues, estate planning, probate. You're like, probate? Yeah. Keep in mind, I've got listeners in other states, known to us here in Louisiana as succession. Heck, we got a mosquito spray company that takes care of us. Inspectors. Insurance. We've got the queen of insurance with us. So when you think anything to do with your home, think mortgagegumbo.com. And you'll affectionately learn to love how I say .com because I do it a little differently. But my team is always going to put you first. We're going to tell you, is this a good deal? Is it not a good deal? We offer a free second look. So if you're currently working, excuse me. Wow. Woo! If you're currently working with someone and you're not sure, hey, do I have the best deal? You know what? You shoot it over. You get with me. Everybody's always like, oh, my God, I can't believe I speak with you personally. Yes, you do. I take this pretty serious. I don't just talk about it. I walk the walk as well. But we got one goal. One goal only for you guys and ladies is to make sure that we provide education and options to your most valuable asset and your largest purchase, which is your home. We believe, in my team here at Mortgage Gumbo, we truly believe that everybody deserves the opportunity to become a homeowner. It's the American dream. And that's why we have programs that so many others don't. We have programs like this week. No less than 5 people who were turned down by a schmuckatelli called me, and we're getting them pre-approved to buy a home. Because when others don't want to lend, we're at the front line getting it done. We say yes when others say no. So keep that in mind. So welcome aboard, Baton Rouge. So excited. This is the home show. Anything to do with your home. You now know mortgagegumbo.com has you. And if you got any questions, call me doing my day job. 504-207-7600. I am a lender. I will help you. I will put you. Sometimes people are like, hey, do you know anybody that could help me? I heard you talking about that awesome construction loan. I'm like, yes, ma'am, that's me. Had that conversation this week. So my agent said, hey, start reminding people, hey, you are a lender. All right, on the other side of the break, we got some numbers we're going to talk about. Again, you have stumbled on the home show, and this week happens to be the greatest show ever. Last week was the greatest. Now it's this week. I got a real good feeling next week's going to kick this week's butt. But until then, you are part of the greatest show ever. You're listening to Mortgage Gumbo with Dwayne Stein right here on iHeartRadio, 504-260-0995.
None other, the number one stunner.
Yes, that a boy. What up, T-Slick? Hanging out? I like it. Get your roll on. What up, Abby? I see you. Get you some options here, girl. I see you working this morning. That a girl. Mortgage Gumbo super employee. You're hanging out with your friend you're doing a loan for. They already said thank you. What up, Rich? Beast mode. What up, James? 360 Home Inspections. The man. 360 Home Inspections. That's it. What up, Leslie Canale? Hey, James, what's happening, my man? Hey, Lynette, good to hear from you, Christy. Thanks for stopping by. Kazek, what's up, Schmuckatelli?
Yeah, 2 minutes. 2.
The number one.
Everybody get your roll on. Right, 30 seconds. Get your fog machines and laser rays ready.
I like it. We raving? Our choice of music is pretty much the same, it seems like.
We're just it's always an homage to Kenny's Key West. That's what it is.
Exactly, dude. Fat City, brother.
Yeah. All right, here we go.
Laser rays. It's the weekend, which what that means is you get Mortgage Gumbo. You stumbled upon education and options. You're listening to Mortgage Gumbo with Dwayne Stein right here on iHeartRadio. You know what? Many of you haven't even stumbled. Hey, you're just a weekly listener. Worked with a client yesterday I'm helping, called, and I said, hey, how'd you hear about me? She goes, I love you so much. I listen at 9 and 1. I'm like, hey, that's and she's like, I feel like I'm cheating on my lender because I'm leaving them after 20-something years. I'm like, baby, you're just coming back home. You're just coming back home. If you're listening at 9 and 1, that's incredible. This segment's brought to you by The Fence King. Visit fencethisyard.com. Let me tell you something. This guy just did my fence at the office. Amazing. 20 years experience, 200 plus, 5-star Google reviews, throwing a couple hundred more Facebook. He's got a one-of-a-kind virtual fence designer. It puts you in control. Absolutely no high-pressure sales. He now has tropical storm and hurricane posts, which is what I took advantage of. My building might be gone, but my Fence King fence will still be there. And his work always comes with a warranty. He puts it right on the fence. Visit fencethisyard.com. fencethisyard.com. So, percentage of renters that owe their landlords back rent coming into 2021. And this is staggering. The number is 28%. So I kind of went between, do I say 1/4 because it's a little bit more than 1/4, or do I go 1/3 because it's a little bit less than 1/3? So let's go 1/4 because we're closer to 25%. 1 in 4 renters right now across this amazing country or owe the landlords back rent. And I don't know if that's getting better anytime soon based on what I'm seeing. Maybe some of these renters, hey, this week were on GameStop. I got somebody saying, hey, can we talk about that? I'm like, look, I don't know enough about it. If I had Sammy the intern here, then I'd say yeah, because that's right up his alley. But I got on it. I made a few bucks this week. Nokia, all that stuff. But 28%, based on this survey done by Apartment List. That is absolutely crazy. Now, if we're going to try to find some positive, because I'm just a positive mofo, the good news is about half of those, it's only $1,000 or less. But almost 3% of those, it's $5,000 or more. Mercy. And the bottom line is, I don't think people are trying to keep up with their rent, to be 100% honest with you. Just like so many people I talk to. Well, no, I'm deferring those student loans. Well, you understand we got to use that as a number to get you approved on your mortgage. Yeah, but I think they're going to waive it. I think people right now are thinking, hey, maybe they'll just waive rent. Hey, if you're not a homeowner, you just don't even have to pay for it. Crazy. 82%. 82%. And this has me scratching my head because I woke up every single morning. And so did my sisters. Christy and Rachel, name drop. From my mom, Barbara, and my dad, Roger, but mainly my mother, saying, wake up, you got to go to school, you got to make A's so you can go to college. 82% of 2020 college graduates do not or did not have a full-time job in place at the time of graduation last year. So my question is, how important is education? Is college still about getting that degree? Is it a social status? what the cost versus the opportunity cost. I mean, there's some great I do loans for all kinds of people. Let me tell you something. There's a lot of blue-collar jobs out there that people are knocking it out the park. So my question is this. Is it cost versus opportunity cost? And what I mean by that, as I sit here and think with a son who's a freshman in high school, do you go into debt? In another 4 years, it's going to cost $150,000 or $100,000, whatever that number is, to go to a normal 4-year college. The average is almost $30,000 a year. So do you go into debt with that? Or the student loans? Like, I'm a single guy. Now, if I meet somebody named Sally, if we're swiping right and a Sally comes across, she's out. Because I gave so much money to Sally Mae, I feel like she already used me. But when you're looking at it, does the debt that you get out of college with, or parents, grandparents, I'm doing 2 reverse mortgages right now, and you want to know what they need the money for? Because they've gotten so much debt. Because the kids can't pay for college, so now the poor grandparents feel obligated to do it. Because I get it, the boomers, they're old school. College is important. But is the debt that you take on, does it outweigh you go and get a job and starting immediately when you get out of school, high school? And you go, well, you get a better job. Well, okay. So maybe you get a little better job, but I got a 4-year head start on you, or 5 years, if you take my college plan. I did 5 years. Had a great time at Southeastern. Great time. Do you do the 5 years? And then you're ahead of the game? So maybe you have a better title initially, right? Maybe you got a better title, but do you have something that, are you playing catch up? While that person's in their home, buying a home, you're paying off student loan debt. While that person's in a $250,000 home, you can only buy a $125,000 home because you got that student loan debt. I'm not here to judge. I'm just asking based on these numbers, because that is amazing to me that 8 out of 10 graduates across this country, and you know they're sitting in class being told you should make $100,000 a year. I hear it every day. And then reality hits them in the head when they get a job making $28,000. And it's even going to get worse, because if I got to pay somebody $15 an hour, if I'm a retail store or something like that, prices are going to go up. Or you're going to be talking to a kiosk. Hello. What will your order be? Click below. That's what it's going to be. So I don't know. That's just my thoughts. Here's a couple other things. 37%, this is great. 37% of U.S. homeowners do not have any outstanding debt on their primary residence, including no mortgage debt or debt associated with a home equity loan. Let's round that up. 4 out of 10. So you want to know why there's no inventory? Their home's free and clear. They got no reason to move. And then we'll talk about this when we get to Rate Watch as well. Listen to this. And we brought this up last week. 16 times last year, we hit all-time lows. But at the beginning of 2020, the all-time record low average interest rate nationwide for a 30-year fixed conventional loan was 3.31. Set back on November 22nd of 2012. A new record low average rate was established 16 separate weeks last year. 16 times. The last record took place on New Year's Eve, 12/24 at 2.66. Wow. 2.66. And we're still flirting with that number. That's why we're teaching you what questions ask. That's why we're going to cover numbers. We're going to cover all these things weekly so you know you're educated, because now is an amazing, amazing time. And I've got facts to back that up. On the other side of the break, do you want new home or do you want existing home? We'll talk about that, and then we get into our main topic. What are those burning mortgage questions that you want to know? When should I start the approval process? I've got a list of questions, so get your notepad. You can record it. You're listening to Mortgage Gumbo with Dwayne Stein right here on iHeartRadio. 504-260-0995.
But I'm known to rock the microphone because I get stupid. I mean outrageous. Stay away from me if you're contagious.
To be an MC is what I choose. The ladies love me. Girls adore me. All right, 4 minutes.
Yep. All right, we'll hit rate watch when I get back.
All right. Cool, I'm going to grab a cup of coffee.
Yep. What up, Mike? What up, Joey? Ashley? Michelle? What's happening? What up, E? Email. What's up, Susan? Joining us from Rhode Island, the Heckam expert. She'll be coming on in a couple weeks. Reverse mortgages are through the roof right now. And yes, these low rates help with a reverse mortgage. Welcome, Mark Mills, super fan, T-shirt po' boy. Man, everybody asks me, where do I get my cool shirts? Visit tshirtpoboy.com. Lexi Thomason, you may have heard of her husband, Captain Charlie Thomason, Redfish Cup winner, Bayou Charters. Thank you, Emil. Appreciate it, my man. Love having you as a super fan, brother. Thank you so much.
One minute.
1 minute.
Here we go.
Yep. Egyptian lover. If you saw the face and now you hear the voice when I sing, now you know why I do a mortgage show on radio. No TV shows are coming any soon or any singing contracts. You're listening to Mortgage Gumbo right here with Dwayne Stein on iHeartRadio. Hey, if you want to join the show, 504-260-0995. Welcome. News Talk WJBO, 1150 AM and 98.7 FM in Baton Rouge, extending all the way out past Lafayette in the Lake Charles region. Hey, welcome to the Gumbo Nation. Holla, that gives you chills right there. Wow. Yes, indeed. No doubt about it. So, before we get into our topic, let's do our weekly segment we like to call Rate Watch. This week's Rate Watch is brought to you by Tito's Handmade Vodka. It's America's first handcrafted vodka. Absolutely no movement on rates this week. It was a little volatile during the week, and people are always calling me, oh, my God, are we locked in? Listen, when you work with me, I got you back. Does the current lender you work with know when to lock your rates in? Ask them. Hey, why do we do 45-day locks? They're probably going to go, well, because that's how long it takes to close a loan. Because they don't know. They don't know. They don't look at the trends like we do. Somebody this week, we need to lock in. I said it's going to get better. Sure enough, it did. Hey, 30-year conventional, 2.80, didn't change. 15-year, 2.30, 2.28. That's not a change. FHA, 2.30, 2.25. Won't see that on the rate sheet either. Jumbo, 3.30, didn't move. Not even 1/10 of a basis point. Still the same. 5-1 ARM. If you're goofy enough to want that program, stayed at 2.25. VA continues to be in the low to mid twos. Low to mid twos. The VA IRRRLs right now on fire. I've got about 24 of those working right now, and I don't think I have a rate above 2.5% right now. It's amazing what the VA IRRRLs are doing. So rates are a non-factor. A significant shift in interest for new build homes. And listeners, this is why we've got our one-time close program. 8 new applications this week alone on people who are building. They've got land or they went out working with some of my Total Home Authority preferred agents, found them some land so they can build. 41% of buyers are looking for newly built homes. That's more than twice the 19% last year. The share interested in existing homes declined from 40 to 30. This is why I told you, we heard it earlier. People are staying at home about 13, 14 years on average. I just told you in the last segment, 4 out of 10 folks have no mortgage at all. So they're not moving. Right? So that fell, existing homes. That's why I keep saying, hey, your home's never going to be worth more than what it is right now if you're considering selling. Oh, I don't know if I want to build lumber prices. That's not going anywhere anytime soon. I work with some of the top agents who work with the best builders throughout the state and the Gulf South. It's not going anywhere. And then 41% down to 29% could care less about either type. Listen, everybody loves new, right? We love a new day. We love a new shirt, a new dress, a new outfit. Everybody remembers that feeling with the new girlfriend or the new boyfriend. Everybody remembers that. Heck, new underwear doesn't get better than that. It's never better than the first time you put them on. Everybody wants new. That's why we've got our one-time close program. Go to snapsendandsave.com, click on construction, and find out what your buying power is. It's that simple. People want new, and that's what we're here to deliver for you. All right, let's get into our topic this week. What are the questions that you should be asking, that you want to know when you are considering getting approved to purchase a mortgage, to buy a home? Number one, when should I start the approval process? The answer is yesterday. And the reason why I say that is We just went over the numbers. Inventory is tight. Inventory is tight. And in today's market, as a seller's market, you need to be pre-approved. You need to know what your buying power is. You got to know what your buying power is. Okay? You have to know that. And reason being is, let's find out what your buying power is, but more importantly, you don't want to say, hey, let's wait till spring, as we discussed on last week's show, why you shouldn't be waiting. Then you find out you got nicks on your credit. You got dings. So you found your dream home, you get the contract accepted, and then you find out you don't qualify for a program that could get you in that home. Rates are awesome. Fannie Mae, Freddie, Ginnie Mae, they're buying loans. Guidelines are super lenient. I hear people all the time, lending is tightened up. It's not. It hasn't tightened up at Mortgage Gumbo because we are a direct lender to Fannie, Freddie, and Ginnie Mae. Most of your banks and your other schmuckatellis out there, your brokers, they're not. They're not. That's why we're killing the folks that rhyme with Cal's Margo. The folks that have bank name that rhymes with Mace. Sank of America. We're killing them. They can't compare. And then go visit mortgagegumbo.com and look at what is the difference between pre-qualified and pre-approved. Go read it. It's huge. And we get you pre-approved. What type of mortgage should I get? This is an absolutely amazing question. Amazing. And this goes back to question 1 on why you need to begin the approval process. Had a buyer this week, came in. Credit score was a 632. We got to use his credit. Wife's a 680. So you know what we did? For less than $300, we got his score to a 646. It opened up all kinds of programs for him. And now they're going to be able to buy a house at a cheaper rate and a better program that's going to save them money over the long run. See, that's what we do at Mortgage Gumbo. We're advisors. We're not order takers. We're here to advise you on what's your best option when it comes to your most valuable asset. But that's why right now it's the time to start. Because what type of mortgage should I get? We need to find that out. Credit plays a huge factor. Then you got income comes into play. So the questions we ask, and I've trained my team on asking, is this. Number 1, are you a veteran? Because if so, you are one of the baddest mo's out there, and thank you so much for your service. And it's crazy when I ask that question because when people aren't veterans, the veterans are like, yes, I am, very humble. And when I ask, hey, are you a veteran? You know what I get? No. And I know. Like you almost feel like weak or silly. Like, no, I'm not. Mom and Dad were. I'm not. I know the feeling. So are you a veteran? That's a question we're going to ask. Because that's the best program out there. What's your income? That's a question I'm going to ask. Because then we're going to see, hey, what kind of programs are out there for you? Maybe you qualify for a 100% down program. Somebody this week was turned down by a bank because they're a 625 and were told they can't get the loan because they got to be at a 640 on a certain program. They coming to me. We got them pre-approved. No money down. So we want to know what's your annual income. And then what area are you looking in? Because all those things come into play. All those things come into play. On the other side of the break, here's some of the questions. Hey, do I have to have 20%? Why does my credit score matter? How can I get the lowest rate? Folks, I'm going to give you all that and a few more when we return on the other side of the break. You're listening to Mortgage Gumbo, the home of education and options for 6+ years. I'm Dwayne Stein. Been doing this for 25+ years. Helping you with your most valuable asset, your home. Everybody deserves the opportunity to be a homeowner. Mortgage Gumbo with Dwayne Stein, 504-260-0995.
All right, 3 minutes.
I know I can take you down, but what would... See, like in my head,
Right.
as I say, what would it do?
Purity.
Then I remember it's what good would it do?
But you've already said it.
But I've said it, so you got to keep going with it.
Right. Yeah.
And
After that,
after
you
you
just
screw it
own
up,
it.
you
You
go,
just own it.
I know I could.
Just humming along when you forget the words.
Yeah, just roll with it.
No, that's when you break out into a dance, and it's like, look, no, it's a dance break. Stop. Can I take it to the bridge?
Right.
Can I take it to the bridge?
Take it to the
Hit
bridge.
me. Jump back, kiss myself. You're welcome, Facebook.
Yeah, that's what we do. It's the show within the show. What up, Heather Atwood, Mayor, wife of Claude, the mortgage man, Mayor. What up, Jess? Be working with you this week. Try to figure out how to get you a house. What's up, Miss Kathy? How are you doing? Thanks for hanging out. No, they don't, Emil. They don't make songs. Got a guy on Facebook saying classic. They don't make those songs like that. You're right, man.
No.
Look, those used to be 7 minutes long. Now you got a whole albums like 9 minutes.
Right. And then you got like 30 people that have worked on a song and each, get credit.
Oh, yeah,
on
they
the
got to
album.
all get the credit, man.
10 seconds. Here we go.
Yes, indeed. We're bringing a fire today on Mortgage Gumbo, getting you excited. You're listening to Mortgage Gumbo with Dwayne Stein right here on iHeartRadio, 504-260-0995. And then once again, News Talk, WJBO, 1150 a.m., simulcast on 98.7 out in Baton Rouge. Heading over into Lafayette, Lake Charles. Welcome aboard. Welcome to the Gumbo Nation. We're going to grow you. You're going to grow to love us. So we're talking about those questions that people are asking when it comes to getting approved. Questions people want to know. So far we've covered, hey, when should I start the approval process is what we've started, and what type of mortgage should I get? Listen, and if you've got questions and you hear the show or you go check out the podcasts on iTunes, Spotify, hey, the radio Mortgage Gumbo, or you can also go to mortgagegumbo.com. Sign up for the Rue newsletter. You get that weekly, and that'll have this past week's show as well, is where you could find the answers to this stuff. Like we said, hey, we're transparent. Competition out there, I see you watching the show, and it's all cool. Number 3 here. Can you make a down payment with less than 20% of the purchase price? Abso-frickin-lutely you can. 20% is a thing of the past. This isn't your grandma. This isn't the boomers' mortgages anymore. 20% is a thing of the past. You know, as listeners to this show, cash is king. We give you options. And one of those biggest options are, people go, well, if you don't put down 20%, then you're going to have mortgage insurance. That's wrong. You've been smuckatellied if you've been told that. We do it all the time. You can buy out buy out your PMI with 3% down. Yeah, 3%. We give you those options. That's why we vet with so many questions. That's why we want to know. That's why our application process is a little bit different. Yes, you could go fill it out online, but then we're going to call you and we're going to dive into getting to know your needs. We want to know you. It's your mortgage. It's not mine as the lender. Hire somebody that you have this attitude with. Or they working for me. And I tell the agents the same thing. As your lender, I work for you. As a buyer, as someone refinancing, as a client for me, I work for you. It's my job to get you the answers. But don't get put in a box. Some lenders, some schmuckatellis, some banks out there, brokers, etc. Yeah, they require 20%. I love them. I love them. Keep requiring it because it just makes the Gumbo Nation grow. And they do that because it's what's in it for them. Or they go, hey, if you're under a 700 credit score, you got to put 20% down. No, you don't. We have options. We have 40-plus different investors. But more importantly, as I told you earlier, we lend directly to Fannie, Freddie, and Ginnie Mae. That's why our guidelines are wide open right now. And at Mortgage Gumbo, we don't have overlays. We don't have a bunch of things that's going to keep us from saying yes. This week we had 3 people buying houses that they had an appraisal waiver. Because that's how great the agents we work with here. That's how great they are at negotiating. How great is that? You don't think they got a good deal? They negotiate it and they don't even need an appraisal. Now, we told them to go get one on their own so that way they can feel good about it. And the great thing is, hey, we don't even have to tell a seller. Didn't even have to tell a seller that it came in over $15,000 more. That's amazing. Why does credit score matter? Listen, it's real simple. Credit is right up there, and I've been saying this for years. It's right up there with air and water. It's right up there with air and water. And why credit matters, it's simple. It affects your interest rate and affects your programs. And what I mean by programs, it determines, hey, can you do if you're a veteran, you're a veteran. So it's not like, hey, I got an 800 credit score, then all of a sudden I could give you a VA rate. No. But it affects the programs, meaning do you get conventional versus FHA? What is your rate? So there's lots of things that go into effect, which over the long run, has huge implications on maybe how much you pay back for your house. Showed somebody this week. They're sitting at 3.5%. Called me, there's no way you can help me, blah, blah, blah. I dropped their rate down to 2.625. They're like, that's not even a percent. It's not worth it. Then I showed them the tens upon tens of thousands of dollars that their great 3.5, which, hey, it's a great rate. That their 3.5%, how much more they were going to pay for that house over the term of the loan. And they were in their forever home. So that's why credit score matters. It allows you to puff out your chest. You walk into the club. You go straight to VIP. You get the bottle service. You dance on the speaker. And ain't nobody tells you a thing. Now, with that being said, once you're 760 or above, you affectionately walk on water. There's no perfect score. Hey, I got an 830. Well, there's no perfect score for a perfect score rate, so keep that in mind. How can I get the lowest interest rate? We just discussed it. Number one, credit. But please, please, please listen to me when it comes to this. Lowest interest rate on the wrong program does you no good. Let me repeat that. The lowest interest rate on the wrong loan program does you no good. Huh? What? BS. Low rate's fantastic. No. You've heard me say rate doesn't buy bread and milk. Is it important? Heck yeah. But it is not as important as getting you in the right program. I.e., Forever Home, 2.75 on a FHA versus 3.2 on a conventional. And then have mortgage insurance the life of the loan. That's where MortgageGumbo.com comes in for you. Again, remind yourself of that. Put it in your affirmations that you listen to every day. Lowest rate on the wrong loan program does you no good. We don't want you house poor. Oh, I put down 20%, so I got 0.25% cheaper on the rate. And now you're eating ramen noodles.
2 minutes, too.
Could my mortgage fall through? Yes, it can. If you're not smart, you got to be smart. That's why, hey, if you want to get a copy of the 10 Commandments, what to follow when applying for a mortgage, we'll get those. But 99.9% of the mortgages that we do, they fall through based on appraisals or inspections. So they come back around. They don't fall through because we don't know how to figure out income. Got a $750,000 loan this week because somebody don't know how to do income over at a Smuckatelli lender. Thank you. Just because you have a title loan officer doesn't mean you know what's up. Trust your gut, listeners. Trust your gut. Do you feel they have your best interest at hand?
1 minute, one.
So 10 Commandments. If you want them, shoot an email to info@mortgagegumbo.com. And should I buy points on my mortgage? Here's what I'll tell you. When rates are high, people want lower. When rates are low, people want lower. Nothing beats lower. We'll talk about points. I think we may talk about that on next week's show. Hey, all this and more. You can visit MortgageGumbo.com. Welcome aboard, Baton Rouge, WJBO, FM 1150. Until next week, Gumbo Nation, keep stir in the pot.
What was that?
I don't know, brother.
It was funny, though.
I don't know, brother.
I liked it.
Just kind of came out of nowhere.
All right, bro.